Welcome back. Today, let the sun shine in with the transformative power of windows. There's magic in natural light, and our next guest says he can make your dark and gloomy home feel much brighter and lighter, one window at a time. Eric Brown is with Siding Unlimited, and he is here to help everyone who's looking to brighten up their space just in time for summer. I love the sound of that. Great to see you.
Good to be here.
Because, you know, I feel like sometimes people love their house. They think, you know, because they just like to be home. But they just notice that there are a lot of pockets in the house that are kind of dark. They're kind of gloomy. It's like, how do you bring the outside light in?
There's always a place in the house that is just like that. That's a little darker. So there's things that we can do. Replacing the old windows with new windows definitely helps. It's also how we go to replace them. There's a lot of contractors out there that want to do like pocket fit or retrofit or these different ways where you actually lose glass space. And so you spend all of this money, and then the next, like when you come home from the install day and you see like, oh my gosh, it's like my house has sunglasses on, there's less natural light. So when we replace windows just straight window for window, we maximize the natural light, we maximize the glass space. But there's also ways where we can add skylights, add windows, make windows bigger, anything to create more natural light into a room that maybe you don't use very often.
Well, I was going to say, I love the idea that you maximize the glass space on a window, but I also like the idea, especially if you identify something like the sun porch or a room where you really want to have a lot of natural light. Can you do things, you mentioned skylights, to increase it beyond just the scope of the window?
We have the not all contractors have the capabilities, but we have the capabilities to open up the wall, keep it structurally intact, and give yourself much more glass space to increase that natural light.
I always wonder when people have a skylight like this beautiful one in the bedroom, you can still put a shade there, right? If it's too much at different times.
Well, all our skylights now come with shade, so you can just press the button and the shade will go up, and now you got the light. If the sun happens to be shining like on that right angle, too much, press the button, shade goes, and you got some protection.
Love it, love it. You're doing some fabulous things with rooms that are really function to enjoy your outdoor space. A lot of sunrooms.
A lot of sunrooms, anything to open up and give your, if you're looking for a new footprint with the house, you don't want to move. You like the house you're in, you just want some changes. We can add the sunrooms, we can add different windows to different walls. If it's your front entry door, like a front entry door that has no glass in it, if we replace that with a window or with a door with glass, I mean, just absolutely brightens up the front of usually that front foyer or hallway.
Can add a lot of light that way. What are some of the popular styles of windows? Is there anything that's sort of trending right now that the people you're talking to and you're working with really like?
A lot of changes that we're making with houses is, you know, the hard to reach window behind the sink.
Yeah.
That's hard to slide up and down.
Especially if you've had rotator cuff surgery.
Right, yeah, yeah. You're probably still on them, and that's been a year and a half or so, right?
Yeah.
That's tough. It's you know, when things are not working well with you, we try to make things easier.
So what do you do for that? Because I have that issue myself, is getting that window over the sink up.
Yeah, one of the options is that one of the options people like is that we go to an awning window or a casement window that's all glass versus a double hung, which has that in the middle, the bar in the middle. So that opens up the natural light and the glass, and then the viewing to the backyard. But for ease of operation, those usually have a crank out, and that's easier than trying to reach over and lift.
Yeah.
But then we also have one where it's just a slide mechanism where you just slide up and down and the window will open really easy. So there are ways to do things to increase the natural light, but also make things functional or easier to function as well.
I need that. So sign me up for a consult.
For sure.
That's awesome, because that's such a problem area, and you want to get sometimes the natural air in, which is so great.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things we've talked about many times on this show is that you're known for the quality of window as well as the installation, and they're your people. They're not people that you reach out to and say, hey, install this window. They're your people, your employees. What do you think the value of that is compared to other companies where that's not the setup?
I think from a homeowner standpoint, it's all about who's coming out to your house, who's going to be in your master bedroom, in your private areas doing work, and who can you trust. And our guys are our employees. The guys coming out to replace windows, to replace doors, are employees of Siding Unlimited. They're vetted by us. And we're not a revolving door of employment. So the guys that we've had, they've been around a long time. And our training process is that the newer guys are going to be working underneath somebody for a long time. So it's all about peace of mind, and then they know how to do the job. And they give us great flexibility to do a lot of different projects. So there's so much that we can do, gives us so much flexibility, but absolutely the trust in the consumer's home is number one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that's hard to know when you're hiring someone. So I appreciate the fact that you address that, because I think people care a lot about that. Thank you so much for being here. Love the idea of bringing more light into the house. This is the perfect time of year to consider that. So transform your home with confidence and trust. Start the process now by calling Siding Unlimited to schedule your free consult, and be assured you're always going to get their honest price guarantee. Here's the number. It's 262-567-4513. Or for more information, you can also visit their website, which is sidingunlimited.com.